There, I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. In this lesson, I'd like to show you how to pronounce the words heel, hill, hail, hell, and held, as well as some similar words like fill and fell, bill and bell, in order to help you understand the differences between these vowel sounds and how to use minimal pairs to understand American English vowels. So when we look at these words, it tends to be helpful in these settings to think of the words and to be able to focus on the sounds in the words rather than the spelling. So the first thing to note is that the words heel and heel both have the same tense E vowel, the E sound. So when we're looking at the sound E, that's also in the words feel and real, many other words, it's commonly spelled with the letters EE or EA, especially in a stressed syllable. For a lot of non-native speakers, this sound in their native language is spelled with letter I, and so envisioning the word like this with the IPA symbols or the letter I may be helpful in getting that vowel correct. For many non-native speakers, the E sound is the same as the E sound in your native language, so you may not be mispronouncing that, but you might have thought that these two words need a different pronunciation than each other because of different spelling. They simply have different meaning, but the same pronunciation. Another area to watch out for is that for some speakers of non-native speakers of English, the E versus the I vowel is difficult. So this is a tense vowel and this is a lax vowel. It's often taught as long E and short I, and I think that's a little misleading because the E sound, while it is held a little bit longer in duration than the I sound, the main thing that makes us hold a vowel longer or shorter is how the word is stressed and where it is in the word. And often when people are trying to do this word, a word like hill with the I vowel, that's also in words like fill and bill, and of course other words that don't have the L sound. What they'll do is instead of using that lax I sound with the tongue slightly lower and relaxed as opposed to the high and tense E, they'll simply make the E sound shorter. So they would say heel and heel, and that's not correct. And so that strategy won't really help you in many places where you need this I vowel. So being able to make a good long duration hill, the I vowel, is really going to be the strategy you need. So when it comes to minimal pairs like heel versus hill, that can be very challenging to pronounce. It's useful to be able to hear that difference and make the difference, but it's not always the first step in being able to make these sounds. Sometimes working on the E and the I individually is necessary. One thing I will always recommend to my students is when they're trying to do an E versus an I, that they pair it with another word. So for example, using something like me or we, for example, we heal. The E and we and heel, matching that vowel will help you get that tense E, versus something like this hill, both have the I vowel, and matching the this and hill, the I vowel is helpful. Then when I look at trying to compare we versus this, I don't tend to have so much of an issue with the vowels in those two words because they aren't minimal pairs and I'm not confused by the surrounding sounds. So using words that you know you can confidently use the correct vowel in them and matching them with those words is helpful. Moving on, we have the tense vowel A in hail. And in hail, not only is this a tense vowel, like the E is also tense, but the hail in American English is a diphthong. And so the error pattern I often hear on words like this is that non-native speakers will use simply the A vowel by itself, A. Whereas in American English, it's a diphthong. We often spell that with AY or AI, like in hail, or A plus E. So for example, in a word like came with the E at the end, that makes the A say its name, or B, the A diphthong. So hail, you definitely have more length, and you move from a tense central A position to a more relaxed, lax I position. A. For most speakers, simply holding that longer is useful and enough to get the vowel correct. Or starting with a word like day or say, where you have time to use the full diphthong, is easier than if I have to do hail, which has that dark L and therefore a little schwa, hail. So it's extra long because I'm going to be doing the hey, and then before my dark L, I have a little bit of a schwa sound, like a hail. When I move from the A to the shape, hail, there's a little bit of a hidden glide there, hail. So you might write it like hail, hail. We do say it as a one-syllable word, but almost thinking of it as two syllables, hail, hail, is going to help you be able to pronounce that one correctly. Then when we look at hell, we just have the lax vowel, the red tent vowel. And so for the versus the I would say just thinking about the is higher and the is lower. And again, finding another word like red, something else that has the vowel to compare to, red, hell, red, held. Held is the same with a D sound at the end. And it's really primarily for the word hail. Also maybe heel also has a little bit of that glide before the dark L, but hill and hell don't have as much of an emphasis because of that lax sound and the tongue position. So the person who requested these words also wanted to know about fill and bill. Those just fit in with our sounds. They wanted to know about bell and fell. And also the name Phil, like Philip, falls into this category. Also feel, they wanted to know about. That goes here with the heel vowel. I do have several videos breaking down some of these other words and giving you some help with these vowel sounds. When I'm talking about the position of the vowel, high, tense, more open, it's helpful to have a framework for all of the vowel sounds of English and to be oriented. You may find that you only need to work on words with certain vowels because of the vowel sounds in your native language versus in English. But when you're learning about it, having a way to visualize all of the vowels and know what's happening there is really useful. On my website, speechmodification.com, if you go to our courses page, we have the Sounds of English course. And in this course, we look at every sound of English, all of the vowels, all of the consonants, help you to understand them, look at spelling, accent error patterns, and pronunciation. But one of the lessons I just want to highlight is looking at our vowel sounds of English generally. So let's take a look at that. And when we go through all of these vowels, go to our introduction of vowels, we can see a system for understanding using IPA, the International Phonetic Alphabet, the vowel sounds, and where they're positioned in the mouth. So this will walk you through, well, this is an overview that you can also get on my website as a free download. But looking at, we were talking about the E, like green tea, the I, like pink pig, the like red tent, and then the one other front vowel, the A, like black cat we didn't talk about, and the A, the gray day. What I want to show you is looking at these sounds when we look at vowel sounds in general, if you understand how they're made in the mouth and how they're spelled, how to look them up in the dictionary, that's going to really help you when it comes to these kinds of words where you may have difficulty hearing the difference between the words and building those skills. So I hope this helped you, the person who requested these particular words. It's a great topic generally, and I often talk about it. I have similar lessons for looking at other words with the E, with the different vowels and the L sound, as well as other contrasting pairs. You can also look at each individual vowel sound, which words it's in, and how to practice that. It's a great way to improve your pronunciation generally. I'll be back tomorrow with a word of the day video, as well as on Friday, we'll have our live question and answer class. That's at 12 o'clock on Fridays on our YouTube channel, Speech Modification Seattle. I take your questions regarding American English pronunciation, and you can type those in the chat and I'll answer them for you live. Thanks everyone for being a part of class today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. speechmodification.com. Bye everyone. Hope to see you again soon.